So, in DMV news, a white student who was expelled from Howard University's law school is suing the historically black university, alleging race discrimination and creating a hostile environment. The plaintiff's name is Michael Ray Newman, and I don't mean to laugh because I just think it's kind of hilarious. He says that he suffered emotional, mental, and economic harm and is seeking more than $2 million in damages. So before I get into some of the history, I want to know, what do you think about a white person suing an HBCU, a black, whether it's, a black community, a school, organization, for racial discrimination? Can they even do that?
Yeah, I don't feel like a white person should be able to sue us as black people for racial discrimination. I can. That's a topic that I can elaborate on further. If you all want to know, you can DM me for that. But pretty much to make a long story short, I don't feel like they should be able to sue us based on that until we get reparations. Um, so yeah, that's my stance on that. To be honest, I don't even think that white people should be able to go to attend HBCUs. Again, you can
Mm-hmm.
DM me on that if you have a problem with that. I will further elaborate on why I feel this way. But that's just how I feel. you know.
Yeah. So I'll talk about that a little bit because I went to Morgan, and you went to HBCUs as well, and we had some some white folks that attended as well. But this one in particular, who's suing Howard University, he had received $26,250 in an annual scholarship, and he was expelled 2 years later after receiving that scholarship. The school states that he had displayed a pattern of antagonizing actions against other students. He also used the death of a student to further his views on COVID-19 and the vaccines. And then he was expelled for disruptive and harassing conduct per the university's disciplinary policies. He also had some discussions within different group chats and forums. He had talked about the black community, where he disagreed with them, stating that the black community, believed the government solves problems, and his belief was that the government only caused problems. Some of the students contacted the school and they had sought his expulsion. Some of them even complained that the controversies he caused distracted them from their studies. So it seems like there was a lot of chaos and disarray that he was causing the school, and then had the nerve to turn around and sue the school. And then the last thing I wanted to comment on was that there was a tweet that another classmate had found. The initial tweet was in July 2020, and this classmate had retweeted it in January 2021. And the tweet was a picture of the emancipated slave Gordon, who his nickname is Whip Peter. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but he had a picture of Whip Peter, and he had included the statement that said, "But we don't know what he did before the picture was taken." There was a town hall meeting that the school had conducted with a bunch of students and people in the community. And in this town hall meeting, Newman, the plaintiff, had stated that that picture and that statement, "but we don't know what he did before the picture was taken," was intended to voice support for racial minorities who suffered police violence. That don't even go together.
Right.
Like, that sounds like he set off on a path. Like, his intention was to go to Howard University and to cause disarray and chaos, because you had a track record of being in these groups and being racist to these other students and causing all this dysfunction, and then now you want to turn around and sue. I don't put nothing past white people.
Yeah, I definitely feel like he was placed there to cause chaos, and it seems like the goal was accomplished. That's the first thing that came to my mind when you sent me that article or whatever. It was like, this dude was placed there to cause chaos, and he did it, and his goal was accomplished. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that Howard has the lawyers to get together and fight this situation, so that they don't have to pay this loser a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, do you think he has a
No,
case?
I don't
based
think he.
on
I don't think they should
yeah.
be able to sue us. So how he can't have a case if I don't think they should be able to sue us. Um, but yeah, it's that's their way of trying to fight back or fight period. I wouldn't even say fight back, but fight period, and
Yeah.
hopefully he's not successful at it. I think it's crazy as hell though. Like we should counter sue or some shit like that, but
And they should. These students should. I mean, because I feel like racism is prejudice combined with power. And I don't know what he thinks power is, because just having a university at HBCU does not mean black people
right.
got power. So he's lost his mind, and I don't actually see him winning. But the initial hearing is scheduled for April 21st. So, but what you got?
More white people acting crazy, more mayonnaise.
Stop it. They're gonna think we hate white people. We
We
don't
do
hate
not hate white people. We're just providing y'all the facts of these cases. That's all. And wait a
white
minute. We
people
was
be
just
white
talking about
people.
Ed Reed like a couple weeks ago. So you know what I'm saying? We throw it around to everybody out here. But this week
Yeah.
white people been acting kind of crazy. So we got to expose it. And the mayor of College Park is next. I believe his name is is pronounced Patrick Wohan. He
Hmm.
resigned last Wednesday, a day before he was arrested and charged with 56 counts of child pornography. Prince George's County Police was tipped off by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children that child pornography was uploaded to the messaging site Kick. A subpoena was later issued to Yahoo for information about the email associated with the Kick account that uploaded the content, and that Yahoo's account recovery email was Patrick Wohan's official government email. What? It's crazy.
How
While this
stupid.
investigation does not involve any city business, and police say they do not believe Wohan produced any of the pornography, nor did he use his position as mayor in the case, Prince George's County Police Chief Aziz Malik described the case as disturbing. Police served a search warrant at Wohan's home and recovered multiple cell phones, a storage device, a tablet, and a computer. Craziness. I threw this in the mix because this is
Sick.
2 cities away from me. I'm right down the street from College Park. I go to College Park often to hang out. Shout out to Looney's Pub in College Park. Shout out to University of Maryland. I have a Terp tattooed on me because I'm a Maryland boy. Um, it's crazy. What you think about this?
Sick. Sick. It's just it's crazy because it's like, with all the technology and data that's out there and the research, I don't know why these people think they can get away with stuff like this. Like, do you think that they're not monitoring all these type of websites and IP addresses and stuff? Like, why are you doing that? And then I don't know much about him. I don't know if he has a family or kids of his own, but that is
Yeah,
sick. That's sick. And he need to be put up underneath of the
that
jail, and got the nerve to be out here smiling in front of these people's faces, kissing babies and stuff, being a politic and
a
doing some.
person in power.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a wild situation. And he didn't even make it hard using the government email as your recovery email for the Yahoo. Like he didn't even try to avoid it or whatever, you know. Like
Yeah, I did see that he wrote a resignation letter, and I was gonna
yeah,
read
yeah.
it. So he said it has been a profound honor and privilege to serve the city of College Park since 2007 as a city council member and as your mayor. However, effective immediately, I must resign my position. On February 28th, 2023, a search warrant was executed on my residence as a part of an ongoing police investigation. I have cooperated fully and will continue to cooperate with law enforcement. While this investigation does not involve any official city business of any kind, it is in the best interest of our community that I step aside and not serve as a distraction. I have great trust in the ability of Mayor Pro Tem Mitchell, the City Council, and our staff to carry forward what we have accomplished. Many of you have already reached out with well wishes and thoughts. Like, who does that? White people
Yeah.
again? And I am eternally grateful. I am stepping away to deal with my own mental health. I ask that you continue to keep me and my family in your prayers. So he didn't deny
No,
it.
I don't think he can deny it.
He
I
blamed
don't
it on
think he
mental
can
health.
deny it after the search warrant. Oh, no.
not what they
Right, they
found.
found like evidence on top of evidence, and then the government email backing it up. That's that really is the nail in the casket. He's probably going to end up pleading guilty. I can't see him trying to fight any of this. Uh, plead
Yeah,
guilty, and I heard that he could be facing like over 300 years if found guilty on all charges, like 56,
because of the
yeah,
number of the
56 counts of
counts.
child pornography is wild. 56 counts of any type of pornography is wild, sir. What is wrong with you? Like, of any type of pornography is
And
crazy.
just,
Yeah,
yeah.
on a lighter note, uh, let's talk about a celebrity, a superstar right now in theaters. You
Yeah.
going to
So,
see
well,
Creed?
first, well, I was about to ask you. I would have thought, because you are a movie goer, that you would have already
Okay,
seen
I'm
it
not a
already.
moviegoer. I am an MCU and DCU moviegoer. Um,
Lies. You go see horror movies.
I
You
do
see
like horror
everything.
movies. I do like a good scary movie,
Okay.
and I go see all black people movies too. Every black movie.
But you're not a
Yeah,
movie
I
goer.
mean, we got to support our own, so I do go see that. But no, I haven't
Okay.
got into the Creed franchise because I am not a fan of Michael B. Jordan. To not any shade, just not really a big fan of
Hmm.
his. And but I am a huge fan of Jonathan Majors. So I may get into the franchise now that he is starring in it, but he's also in the MCU, so it's kind of like, I could just follow him there.
So you haven't. So I haven't seen Creed 2, but I've seen the first one. So you've never seen
No.
any of them?
Also, I don't think my beef with Creed was more so with Michael B. Jordan, but more so with just I'm a huge fan of the original Rockies. I remember watching the Rocky 1 through 5 with
Hmm.
my stepdad every time we could catch it on TV. We would just sit in front of the TV and watch 1 through 5. So I didn't really want to see any remake. I didn't see that last Rocky where Stallone was old as fuck. I didn't want to see that.
But it's not a remake, and I think you would have wanted to like follow the story and watch the Creed movies.
I
I would
haven't, but
think.
I probably will. I'm not gonna lie, I will now because I probably will now because I'm a huge fan of Jonathan Majors. Like that's my guy. I fuck with him.
But what happened with the black
That
movies?
was
You just said
Creed happened before I was on that kick or before I was smart enough to get on that kick. You feel me?
okay.
um, but yeah, I did like Michael B. Jordan in the first Black
So
Panther though. That was cool. He played Killmonger was a
yeah,
good role.
yeah. So well, and Creed, he actually directed Creed 3. So this was, I think, his directorial
Hmm.
debut. So that's something else. That might be a plus for you to go watch it. But speaking of that, I'm going to roll a clip of a awkward encounter on the red carpet. Everybody's been talking about it, so I'm sure everybody has an idea of what we're talking about. And I'm only going to share just a few seconds of it.
B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
Oh, the corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name, but yeah, he is obviously killing things out here. How is the difference between you actually directing and working with the same people that you were directed with versus?
Yeah, so I'll just share that clip quickly. That was an interaction between Michael B. Jordan on the red carpet for Creed, and between himself and radio host and former Love and Hip Hop star L'Oreal. So some background on what the altercation was regarding. So L'Oreal, she also co-hosts a podcast titled Undressing Room. And in an episode released in January, she, and I'm assuming it was her co-host, they were talking about Michael B. Jordan. The co-host, that it wasn't L'Oreal, so I want to clear that up, had stated that he seems like a nice, corny guy. So further on in that conversation, that's when L'Oreal started talking about, and we used to tease him about his name. He wasn't, no Michael Jordan. Then she went on to also say he would come to school with a headshot. We lived in Newark. That's the hood. We would make fun of him like, what you going to do with this stupid headshot? And now look at him. So people are, saying that they felt like Michael B. Jordan was aggressive a little bit. Somebody in particular was Joe Budden. He had talked about it on his podcast that he didn't agree with how Michael B. Jordan had did L'Oreal on the carpet. So what is your take? Do you think he was aggressive? Do you think he wasn't? Do you think, L'Oreal's comments were wrong, even though she wasn't the actual host to say that he was corny, but she did imply that he was corny because they made fun of him.
No, I don't think he was aggressive at all to start it off. I don't think he was wrong. I could see why Michael B. Jordan did what he did, or the way he reacted the way he reacted. Me personally, I wouldn't have reacted like that. I probably just would have declined the interview if I was going to do or say what he said. I would just probably would have been like, I'd rather not do an interview with her. But yeah, I can see where where it came from, or whatever. I understand that. But at the same time, I was that guy in high school. You know what I'm saying? I was the one making fun of people loud. Joe, I'm a comedian now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
right.
there's probably somebody out there right now yo, I hope this nigga don't never make it in comedy because he made fun of me at this party at UMES. And I'm like,
But that's what we used to do. Everybody, Joe, or everybody in high school, in college.
We cut up. And that's one thing about black people specifically. We gonna cut each other up. So, and also, at what point in time do you just be like, all right, I'm done, finding these or pulling these people card on that? Are you gonna pull everybody card that used to make fun of you back in the day? Or is it you gonna cut it off with her? When is it gonna be like?
But see, for me, and that's why I think what Joe Biden Joe Budden has said was just ridiculous, because I don't even think he was being aggressive. I felt like it was a simple flex. It was just that I'm gonna talk some real quick. Because if you watch the entire interview, he was still professional. He answered her questions. He didn't, like you said, you would have declined the interview. He never declined the interview because he answered her questions. It was just the corny kid. No, I remember. Oh, I heard kind of thing. And then, his whole, mannerisms and stuff. It was just I'm a flex real quick because look at me right now kind of thing. So I just felt yeah, people talk about each other, and he just wanted to flex for the moment. But he answered her questions, and he was respectful.
Joe Budden, I don't even know. He's the king of corny. He's the king of corn. Bag of popcorn. They made a song called "Pump It Up," so I don't understand.
And that was the only one and done, one hit wonder.
So I don't understand how he can call anybody corny for that situation. But yeah, I can see why Budden did it. I'm not Budden. I can see why Michael B. Jordan did it. I used to be over 300 pounds, and now that I've gotten myself into a little bit of shape, there's women that wasn't interested in me when I was 300 pounds that's interested in me now, but it's not.
Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me.
It's not like a flex situation. I just rather just not entertain that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna see you in flex, or I'm not gonna pull your card on there, or even remind you of the jokes that you used to make of me when I was big, because I was a joking dude too. I used to make fun of people as well. So it's just I just rather move on and not entertain those people. You feel me? I remember it was a girl.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the name, but she might see this and remember it. I doubt it. But I had went on a date with her a couple years ago, and I had a crush on her when I was at UMES, and on the date, we were talking, and she was like, yeah, I remember you used to like me at UMES, but I didn't know you still like me. And after that date, I never contacted her again, because I was like, you knew I liked you at UMES, and you just continued to ignore me nah, bro. But that's just the type of person I am. I didn't wait till I had the opportunity to be like, oh yeah, remember? I don't know.
I think he was petty. But maybe she knew you liked her, but she had a boyfriend, or she was involved with somebody. How you just gonna cut her off, but you didn't even know the situation?
I knew she didn't have a boyfriend back then. It was just she didn't want the nice guy that actually liked her back then.
Okay, so was you bigger then than what you was now?
Definitely chunky. Freshman year I was at my peak fatness.
Okay, and that was freshman year. That was Big Lee. You're not even Big Lee no more.
I'm not. People actually call me skinny now, which is very offensive. Bro, I take that shit super
hurt your soul.
I lift weights every damn day, bro. I'm not skinny.
I'm big out here.
Bro, I rip my shirt off as soon as somebody called me skinny. Be like, you skinny? I'm not skinny.
Right. Who's skinny?
Yeah, but no, I was a little bit bigger back then. I mean, but like, I wouldn't blame it on that. Like, she probably just didn't like my personality back then. I was super loud, super rude, super ignorant. But
But that's what I'm saying though. So when you say you probably wouldn't have done that, I think you're saying that for who you
yes,
are today. I think, yeah. So, and I think that's growth. And that's not saying that Michael B. Jordan ain't grown. Like, we all still have these moments, but I think you're saying that for who you are today. Cause I can say that for who I am today, but catch me 10
yeah,
years ago, somebody might have seen these
yeah, yeah.
hands. So yeah, I think you're saying
10
that
years ago,
for right now.
I'd have pulled my phone out and played that bitch. Like, I'd have been playing Young Dro. Like, for real. But like, it's just like now, it's like, I be trying to, like, I have so much that I be trying to cram in one day that it's like, do I really have the time or energy to exert that on somebody else that's not even really worth it? You feel me? Like, I could be writing jokes, I could be working on material for the
Right.
podcast, I could be at the gym lifting weights, I have an actual job that I could be doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and mind you, I'm sitting here waiting on my
Right.
one opportunity to go on somebody who used to go on me. DMV, y'all know what it means when I
Right.
say go on somebody.
So there's been this viral video that's been going around, and everybody has seemed to be commenting on it. I'm gonna share it, but I feel like I want to say something before I share it. Most videos like this, I feel like, are satire, and a lot of people do things for
Mhm.
clout. Like, let me just roll to it because I feel like that's all I'm gonna
Mhm.
say, and then I'll share my comments on it for the sake of it going viral. But you know,
I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live telling my story, speaking my truth, and a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yeah, not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied. Because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I do not want. And I don't give a
he was
what
stumbling over
nobody
them
think about
words.
it. You're not
Because you
gonna
know he
force
sounds stupid.
children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that gonna have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with. Because you're gonna be like, one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is, these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a f. You ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch shit and be like, black man this, black man that, I don't give a f. I really don't.
uh, I hated that he had to even.
It's a lot to
Right, I hated
unpack
that he
there.
even had to bring black men.
I'll let
Yeah,
you
I
start.
hated that he even had to bring in black men in this situation. That does not pertain. That does not speak for all of us. Definitely not me. Like you said, I don't know if this video was satire or not. I know that it's a lot of topics like this that go around on the internet, and I can see that divide in our community a lot. I don't participate in those topics because of that divide. what I will say is, that's just a loser mentality. To be honest, that's just a loser mentality. Losers think like that. I don't know if this dude wasn't hugged as a child, or don't have his parents, or what the situation is where he seems to think that he can just get people pregnant and leave. Um, but yeah, I wasn't raised like that. I had my dad in my life, despite him, you know, being in prison, and I also had my stepdad in my life. So, uh, I think it's very important to have a two-parent household, um, especially in our community, because so many of our
Mm-hmm.
kids don't have two-parent households. So I feel like, and it's all, and there's data to show that the success of children in a two-parent household compared to the success of children in a one-parent household. So if you can look at that data and
Mm-hmm.
still say that you don't want any part of your child's life, then you're literally contributing to the problem. Um, so yeah,
He said he don't
well,
give a
that's cool. Then you don't. Nobody
but
nobody can make you
but
give a
I
fuck.
will
But
say
this is
that
this is just a
if
simple fact. Like what I'm saying, you can't argue with facts, and it's a fact. You are being
yeah,
part of the problem and not the solution, bro.
yeah, I will say that if there's any women, I mean, okay, I'll back up. Like you said, I don't know if it's satire, only because his TikTok name is House of
Hmm.
Hypocrites. So when I like to think logically and do like some little, analysis a little bit on things before I just jump out there and react. And I'm like, I don't know if this is real or not. And everybody do stuff for clout. But there are men who are in our community that think like this, who will take this and run with it. There are women that deal with men who think like this. There are men that will tell them this blatantly to their face, and they will still lay down with them and create babies. I think that both sides should take accountability. Like he was saying, I can pay for an abortion, I can do this, but if they still decide they want to do this, sir, like, well, the law says you need to take care of these children. But why are you even out here doing that anyways? And then you're saying that they just jump offs, but you raw dogging
Yeah,
jump offs? Like, what does that say about you? You nasty. You sick. Pew. That's it. I mean, it's nasty. And that's what I'm thinking. Anybody who puts themselves in this situation, women, they risky. He living risky and nasty. You ain't ever have to open your mouth and say nothing to me like that. Deuces, I was raised with my father. I don't need to
yeah.
deal with you. Like, I had my daddy. My
Right.
daddy loved
That's
me.
what I'm
Like,
saying.
I
Like
would
I don't know if dude wasn't
never.
hugged as a child or what, bro. But
No, and the women who dealing with him, like I'm sure he probably talk a good game because how he comes off. He's confident. He got charisma, attitude, stuff like that. So he probably talk about their draws. But if he was actually upfront and honest with these 7 women, which I can't
I
see
can't
it.
see that
Like
either.
I can't see that because, like, maybe that's you now because he looks, I would say, in his 30s. But let's say if he had his first kid at 17 or 20 or something, you wasn't that type of man to be that honest then. And then here you are now that you may have been that upfront and honest with these women now. But I wouldn't say that that's how you always was from the
Right.
get go, which is just unfortunate. But I will say I did some digging on his TikTok page, and there's a video that he posted right before this video. It's titled Stop Simping. And he says, you should only take care of women that's your wife or the mother of your kids. And then he goes on to post this video. So that's why I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, if you want to get the, internet in a frenzy over some shit like this, go ahead. I mean, there are people who think like this and it's ignorant.
Yeah, and
So,
if this isn't real, man, stop doing shit for likes, man. You can go viral by doing stuff the right way and not just doing clickbait. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
it's detrimental
yeah,
to our community. Like, you can go viral for being a father for
right.
your 7 kids, if that is the case that you
Right.
got seven
Niggas going
kids.
viral for dances, and you want to go viral for tearing apart the community is insane. Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
go do the little hip dance, bro. Do this little. Go do one of them.
I mean, you already got, the wave now because people coming to your TikTok, so you ain't got to do this no more. And then he did release some more TikToks saying, well, people talking about why can't I get a vasectomy? And he was like, well, I can't force these women to put a condom on. When I go into the situation, he was saying something about not one woman has really asked him to put on a condom. Like, but I'm just like, well, who are you dealing with? Like,
but like that.
it's just too much. Like I said, there's so much to unpack, and that's why I don't know if I believe it.
You still should. I don't know. I don't have no kids. I'm 32. I don't have no kids. So I'm like I said, I realized I'm
definitely shooting blanks.
I might be.
No, I just think you have me as your friend. I just think you've been responsible,
bro. I'm not even about to be wearing condoms. I don't care about the price.
You've been responsible. Right. That's all.
Kids expensive, bro.
They are. I can vouch to that. But I would say, as your friend, I am proud of you. Keep it going.
Right. I'm trying to. I want to.
With the problems.
Mother. If there's any wives out there, DM
absolutely.
I got a damn ticket on Valentine's Day, a red light ticket. That's how my love life is going.
Where was you coming from?
By my
going
house,
to?
The red light right here, red light camera right there.
Going back home to be lonely.
I was going to work, but if you make a right turn there without stopping, that camera will get you with the red light, and that's what I did. I made the right turn without stopping. I doubt I was even rushing to work for real.
Nah, because I'm so lonely. Click, 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 click. The light shit went off. Flick, 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 flick.
I think that's like the third time they got me since I moved here in June. So I know that camera's there.
And you ain't learned your lesson yet.
Camera's there, bro. It just keeps getting me. Gotta pay that bill. But yeah, you got anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Nah, just same thing I always do. Instagram, Twitter, itty bitty Britty. That's it.
Plug it. Your photography page.
Oh, BSD imagery. Now I haven't been doing anything since the Christmas mini sessions. I did a lot. I think I did 11, 12 shoots, which is a lot for me, and I was tapped out, and I was like, thank God I'm not doing anything. But I do have some stuff coming up. I got a maternity shoot in less than a month. I got 2 engagement sessions. I got 2 weddings. And then I had some other people hit me up. My cousin actually reached out to me. She does baking, like camps with kids. And then also she does baking classes. So she's doing a bake-off, like a kids competition. And she wants photos and stuff. So she reached out to me about doing that for her. So that's something that I'm actually interested in. And I think would be fun to take like my business in a different direction. Because I don't want to be, just one type of photographer. I prefer a studio and some creative sets and stuff, but I'm interested in that. So yeah, I got some stuff coming up. So give me a follow.
Yeah. Y'all can follow me at Big Lee with 3 underscores on all social medias. That's Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Like I said, I've been getting back on my comedy grind, so you could check me there to figure out my shows and my mics. I'll be somewhere this week. I'm not sure where, but definitely somewhere. Maybe tomorrow night. Definitely Wednesday night, you can catch me at Adams Bomb Open Mic because I missed that mic trying to talk to a girl last time.
How'd that work out?
I'll tell you about that off camera. that was a waste of time. I should have went to the mic instead. But yeah, so I'm gonna go back there this Wednesday and do that mic. Adams Bomb Open Mic this Wednesday. Catch me there for sure. And I will update y'all on the rest of my spots. I'll be via my Instagram or whatever. So, yeah, that's it. We are going to wrap this up right here. Catch y'all in 2 more weeks. Peace. Stay funny, y'all.